And Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
Oh, I used it yesterday, but I don't remember where.
Send it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Taps and Jacks. I'm your host, Jordan Stacks on Stacks on Stacks. Joined as always with my guy, Mr. Big Ballin', Ben Larson. How we doing,
I'm missing
Ben?
a cord, man. I'm missing a cord.
What cord are you missing?
People taking my cords. My phone charger.
Oh.
I won't be good without it. We deal.
Jesus.
We deal. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, a lot of the league pitchers and catchers reported today. The rest of the league reports tomorrow. So, you know, baseball is upon us, man, and
we are here.
yeah, we're legitimately like less than a week away from spring training games starting, or a week away. So, good stuff, man. Good stuff. We're going to do our final top 10s tonight, pitchers and DHs. Although DHs was a little tough, dude, because there's really only like 5 or 6 DHs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the first like 5 were pretty easy. It was after that was kind of like, you know, there's a lot of guys that spend time DHing but also play other positions and stuff. So, there's truly only like 5 DHs. I mean, there's really only like 5 true DHs, though.
DHs, where's my list here? Yeah. I mean, I think we could get like 7 in.
I mean, maybe.
But, I mean, we'll talk about it. And then we have those ones that are like, okay, those will be DHs for a significant amount of time. So I think you can kind of put them as DHs in there. But
yeah, well, it's like Stanton. It's like, you know, he's obviously a DH, but it's like the guy fucking is hurt all the fucking time, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what our lists end up looking like. But yeah, it was definitely, that was by far the toughest list.
Yeah.
And then pitchers, like there's like fucking 20 guys I was like debating over putting in my top 10.
Yeah, a lot of those guys were like, oh, well, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of injured pitchers last year, so
yeah, and there's also like
be...
like guys like, you know, Blake Snell, hell of a fucking pitcher, right? But it's like, do I think he's gonna repeat the last 2 years? I don't know. He made my list, but anyways,
he did. He made my list as well.
We'll get to that. We are being brought to you by the Sharps app, SHARPZ, straight to your mobile device. Use promo code JORD517. It's free to download, free to use. Track your bets. Become a better Sharps app. What are you sipping on, Ben?
Tonight I am going for one from Nevada, but this is from the Reno area. So we're going revision tonight, and we are going with it's called Boogie Bus.
Nice.
So it is a Northeast style hazy IPA. So it's been a while since I've had a hazy, but I had to do revision. 6%. So it is you know, a hazy that I hope doesn't taste like a loaf of bread and feel like a loaf of bread as I finish the pint of it. So
nice.
We'll see, but it's revision. It's probably going to be a good beer.
Yeah.
I have had ones that haven't been like, that haven't thought of outstanding from revision, but they're always pretty good.
You know, I haven't had a revision beer in a while. They used to carry them out here like all the time. I haven't seen them lately.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly, but nice. Sipping on a glass of whiskey.
Oh, there we go. Hell yeah. I don't have any in here. I'd join you. What type of whiskey you drinking?
Buffalo Trace.
Quality bottle right there, especially for the price point.
Yeah,
Delicious.
it's good. It's good stuff.
Delicious. And how do you drink it? Are you
Well,
just straight?
there was
Are you
ice.
on the rocks?
Yeah,
Splash of water. So
it was on the rocks, but the ice has melted now, so it's basically whiskey with water in it at this point.
yeah, that's the one of the purposes of ice and getting it a little watered down there to bring out a little bit more of the drinkability of it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. Can't complain. Yeah, man. Fuck, baseball right around the corner, Ben. We are right there. We are right there.
Yep.
So let's hop into our list. So let's start with the pitchers. Let's do pitchers first. So let's start number 10. Who do you have number 10?
Oh man, we're jumping right into things. We're not even talking about like anything that's happened because hasn't been too much. Number 10, I have a pitcher who's coming back from injury, and had a great 2023 before he got hurt. And that is Shane McClanahan,
Okay.
the Tampa Bay Rays. So, hoping that we get a bounce back year. He kind of pitches in that 120 to 150 innings wise, and I think he's going to come back with a better second half of the year. So this might be a little bit of a slow start to get his arm, back into the swing of things. But I'm looking for a strong second half, which I think is going to pop him in the top 10.
Nice. I do not have McClanahan in my top 10, but I do see the reasoning. The guy I have number 10, probably someone that's not even anywhere near your top 10, and that's Brandon Pfaadt.
Oh wow, that does surprise me.
Yeah, this is a projection because I think Brandon Pfaadt is going to be one of the better pitchers this year. His pro stuff plus is amongst the top quality of starters in all of baseball. So he had a lot of bad luck go his way last year. We obviously saw what he did in the playoffs the previous season, and I think that having a full season under his belt and then his rookie year, and I just think that this is the year where we see Brandon Pfaadt, really establish himself as one of the best starters in baseball. I think this is that year, so I got Brandon Pfaadt number 10.
Okay.
Who do you have number 9?
Number 9, I have another injured pitcher from last year. Again, had a great 2023 before his injuries came in. He technically, you could say he did pitch last year because he had 2 games and went a whole 9 innings. But looking at his 2023 year, he was an all-star. He was 4th in voting for the NL Cy Young, and that's Spencer Strider.
Okay.
Again, another guy who I think will come back strong in Atlanta, and is, going to come back into where he played in 2023, as the star of that rotation.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I do not have Spencer Strider on here on my top 10. Number 9, I do have an Atlanta Brave. He did win the Cy Young last year, Chris Sale. The only reason why I have him number 9 is because last year was a bounce back year for him. And he managed to stay healthy all year. We'll see if he stays healthy this year. So, I got him top 10. He could obviously finish a lot higher. I just, I got to see 2 consecutive years at his age right now. You know what I mean? So,
Yep.
I got him number 9.
I have him number 8. So
okay.
I think a Cy Young winner you can't keep out of your top 10 with the projections. Last year I think was an anomaly at his age. We saw a complete turnaround of where he came from with Boston in his final 2 years there.
Yep.
And I I don't foresee him having another year like he did last year. Last year was electric, lights out.
Agreed.
But I don't think you can put him any lower than that bottom area of your top 10 after coming off of the year that he had.
Agreed. 100%.
But I wouldn't be surprised if he's number 20 at the end of the year.
Yeah, especially like if he doesn't, start as many games as he did last year, right? Number 8, I have Corbin Burns. His stuff is declining. But he did towards the end of last year, like he had like a bump in the middle of the season, and he kind of like figured out like, okay, like, I don't have the same stuff that I did have. So like, how am I going to get out? So like his K numbers are declining, his whiff numbers are declining, but he's still able to get outs at like a very high level. And he doesn't ever get hurt, Ben. Like the guy's always fucking healthy. He makes all his starts. And I think that accounts for a lot too, because your best ability is your availability. And Corbin Burns has always been available. So I got Corbin Burns number 8.
Yeah, I do not have him on my list, but I understand it. The possibility is there. It's just, will he do it? And that's the big question for me.
Who do you got number 7?
Number 7, I have Logan Gilbert of the Seattle Mariners. Led the league in innings and whip last year. Did not have a good record, but he did not get any run support from his team. He was yeah, exactly. Nobody on the Mariners got run support from their team. 6th in the league with strikeouts at 220. Again, it's going to be, I think it might be difficult for him to have another outstanding year like he did last year, but he's definitely a pitcher that can do it. And he will definitely have a better record than 9-12, which he had last year.
Yep. I got Gilbert on my list, but he's a little higher. Number 7, I have Dylan Cease. Again, this was a difficult one because Dylan Cease was top 5 in WAR for pitchers last year. 3.47 ERA, almost 11K per 9. So the numbers are all there, but he, when he's bad, and when he's good, he's like really good. So it's like kind of a Jekyll and Hyde. He had like a 2-month stretch last year, or a 7-start stretch where he was basically unhittable, where he threw that no hitter, and he was incredible. So. I'm gonna put Dylan Cease number 7, but I'm telling you right now, I'm not hella confident in it, but I got him number 7 there. Who do you got number 6?
Number 6, I have Garrett Crochet.
Shit, I did not put Crochet on my top.
You didn't put Crochet on your top list, huh?
No.
I think he's. I think he's gonna have some more success with more confidence behind him. Which he will definitely have in Boston compared to what he had offensively behind him in offensively and defensively for the most part in Chicago. So I think you'll be able to see him get a little bit looser. The one thing I do worry about is his inning pitch. He only had 144 last year.
Yep.
Because they kind of held him at the end because they didn't want him to get injured, lose that trade value. So I do worry about his close of the season, but I also think having a better team behind him, the possibility of a better bullpen behind him, he won't have to pitch as many innings. So I think you'll still probably see that 175 to 200 area, but I don't know how many shutdown innings he'll have to have compared to what he had in Chicago.
Yeah. I did not put Crochet on my list, and a big part of that was the innings thing, and he's oft injured, and obviously the stuff is there, and I probably should have worked him into my top 10, but I don't have him. But yeah,
you had fought over him, huh?
Yeah, man, I'm really high on I think Brandon Pfaadt's gonna be great this year. I think he's gonna be a Cy Young contender. I really truly do.
Well, and Cease and Burns, I didn't have any of those 3 on my list. So
Number 6, I have Blake Snell. Again, like he's coming off a hell of a good second half last year, and then coming off a Cy Young Award winning season the year before. I wonder what he's gonna look like not playing in a contract year, and also on top of that, the guy's only gone over 7 innings 3 times in his career, so he doesn't go deep at all. Obviously doesn't have to.
He pitched a no-hitter last
He
year.
did
though.
have a no-hitter, and that was one of his games going over 7 innings. So last year was the first year he ever went over 7 innings. So we'll see. I got Snell number 6, and also he's the only Dodger that I have on the list because they are gonna have a 6-7 man rotation. So I do kind of wonder what their innings are gonna look like. Like I don't think any of their guys are gonna surpass 150 innings. So
Yeah.
I do got Snell number 6.
Yeah, I have Snell a lot higher actually. So
Who do you have number 5?
number 5, I have Michael King. Great young pitcher. Who really had, he had top level stuff last year. I thought he could have easily been in the run for the Cy Young. He was 7th in voting for the NL Cy Young, and I think that was a little low. 2.95 ERA, 173 innings pitched, 201 strikeouts. I think this is another year where you can see him take another step up. Great young pitcher. Possibility of being traded at the deadline, which will probably increase his drive to pitch well, to get onto a contender, and to be one of those top trade pieces. Because I don't know where San Diego is going to be mid-year.
Yeah, but the only thing with the trade thing is, like, by all accounts, like, the reports are coming out that, like, San Diego's just, like, the asking price for Michael King and Dylan Cease is just, like, insane, dude.
Yeah. That's why I'm thinking maybe at trade deadline, you get one of those teams who's close to being that top level.
Well, Michael King still has a year of control, so, like, the Padres don't have to move him. Dylan Cease is, like, a little different because Dylan Cease, this is his final year of arbitration, so the Padres might be a little more motivated to move Dylan Cease. I don't know, but by all accounts, like an Orioles beat writer came out and said that San Diego's asking price for Dylan Cease, like, was immediately, like, if Samuel Basallo wasn't on the fucking table, there was no deal. And it's like, dude, Basallo is like a top 5 prospect, dude. Like, what are we doing for a fucking pitcher with 1 year of control, dude? Like, come on, dude.
Well, I think you'll see that price come down. Even if he is playing lights out, I think that price will come down come trade deadline. So
maybe
that should adjust things. Plus, I think San Diego is going to be looking to drop money. I know King doesn't have a huge contract, but he's going to project a huge contract.
Yeah, but my only thing is, like, okay, what if they get the fucking ownership thing figured out and San Diego is making a playoff push? Like, they're not going to trade him if they're, like, fighting for the playoffs. And they very well could fight for a wild card. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not just going to fucking bow out of the playoffs. Like, they're still a good team.
They're still a good team. I think it's going to be tough for them to
Oh, I do too. Like, I mean, they're in a fucking extremely difficult division. Like, they're hands down on paper the 3rd best team in their division.
Yep.
At the best, they're the 3rd best team.
Yeah.
And the
then
NL
you have
got better.
Sorry, go ahead.
The NL got better. Like,
yeah, exactly. NL got better, and especially the NL East.
I think the Central is going to be better too. I think the Reds are going to be better. I think the Cubs are going to be better.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably put the Cubs at that same level as San Diego. I don't think I'd put the Reds at that same level. I do agree they're going to be better, but I don't think I'd put them at that level of.
I think getting Tito Francona by itself as a manager makes the Reds better instantly. Just having him.
Again, yes, I agree with you. They're going to be better. I just don't think they're going to be that much better yet.
Oh man, they still have the talent, man. They got the youth, bro.
Yeah, they were not good last year though.
Yeah, but a big part
They
of why they weren't
they
good last year was because they were like just thrashed with injuries, dude.
yeah, but they're an injury prone team. A lot of those guys are injury prone on that team.
I mean, yes and no. Like Matt McClain had never had an injury till he got hurt. Like Lodolo, yes, he is injury prone.
Green,
Hunter
injury
Green,
prone.
pretty injury prone, but I mean the talent is. I mean their talent's remarkable, dude.
Yeah. Again, I agree. I don't think Milwaukee got that much worse. The Cardinals definitely got worse. The Cubs, I think, will be better. The Reds will be better. The Pirates will be better. But I mean, I don't think
I don't
the
think the
Pirates.
Pirates are going to be that good.
I don't think the Pirates, the Reds, or the Cardinals are better than San Diego. I think the Cubs are at San Diego level.
I think the Reds are at. I think the Reds can make noise though.
Yeah. But then you look at that National League East and you got the Phillies, the Braves, the Mets. I think the Nats are going to be better. Again, I don't think at that level, but
Yeah,
they're going to be better.
yeah.
And then you've got, Arizona and LA coming out of the West. So I think it's going to be hard to get in to that final wild card spot for San Diego.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, it's gonna. I mean, the National League is fucking loaded, dude.
Yep.
There's a lot of good fucking teams. All right. So number 5, you had
Michael
Michael
King.
King. Number 5, I have Logan Gilbert.
Okay.
Same reasons as you mentioned previously. Guys, just he's incredible.
Mhm.
Who do you have number 4?
Number 4, I have Zach Wheeler. No. Yes, number 4, I have Zach Wheeler. It seems to get better as he's getting older.
Yep.
Mid-30s, career best in WHIP, career best in ERA. Averaged over 10 batters striked out per 9 innings. And again, he is one that's defying the
I have Wheeler higher, but my thought process is the same as you. Like the guy gets better every year as he gets older,
and
dude.
it's just like he's like Tom Brady, where he's defeating Father Time. So
Agreed.
Yeah.
Number 4, I have Michael King. So I have
Okay.
him one step higher than you. I agree with everything you said about Michael King, and I think he takes another step forward this year.
Yep.
And then number 3, who do you have?
I have Blake Snell.
Okay.
So because of the second half of the year he pitched last year, coming off the Cy Young of the year before, just hell of a talented pitcher. I think he has a kind of fire lit under his ass that he wants to continue to be that top level ace. And to be honest, I think the less innings that he gets, the better he's going to be. I think it'll be tough for him to win the Cy Young with the lower inning count than, say you're, the other 2 or 3 at the top of our list. But I think he's going to be one of the best pitchers in this year because his arm is going to be fresher than the other pitchers at the end of the year because he's in that 6-7 man rotation.
Yeah, I mean, I have questions about the 6-7 man rotation because a lot of these guys they're used to pitching on the 5th day. They're not used to fucking an extra day or 2 rest. So I do have concerns for some of these guys in this. Obviously towards the end of the year they'll probably figure it out and get into a routine. But I do think that in the beginning it might be a struggle, and you might see these guys struggle a little bit in their 2nd, 3rd, 4th starts. And again, dude, like Blake Snell had a bad year the year before he won the Cy Young, and he won the Cy Young in a contract year. And he had a hella good second half last year in a contract year. So I do, and this is historical, Ben. Like, this isn't just Blake Snell. Like, a lot of guys have career years and contract years, and then they're never the same.
They got paid, and they don't have to go out there and push.
100%. So that's the only reason why I've dropped Blake Snell 6. Number 3, I have Zach Wheeler. Everything you mentioned. The guy gets better as he gets older. Just hard to put him any lower than top 5 for sure.
Mhm.
Number 2 and 1. I know we have the same 2 guys.
But how do we
How
put
do we
it?
put him? So who do you have number 2?
Number 2, I have Paul Skeens.
So our top 2 are different.
Okay.
I have Skeens
So
1.
I have Skeens as 2 because I worry about sophomore slump. And I also
Fair.
worry about the pitching that he has behind him.
See, I don't,
it-
because I think the Pirates are going to be an exceptional pitching team with Bubba Chandler and Jared Jones. Like they're going to be exceptional pitching. I
yeah,
just
Jared
worry
Jones
about
again,
can they
second
hit,
year though.
dude.
Yeah, absolutely. But Jones, I worry about again, second year. Is he gonna take a short decline this year and then come back stronger next year? We see it all the time with the sophomore slumps and pitchers. I think Skeens. I don't necessarily think he takes that sophomore slump because he's that good of a pitcher.
Yeah.
Um, but I
The,
do worry
the
that he
only
has more of those games that we saw. I think we saw like 3 games where last year where he got I don't want to say shelled, but like dinged up.
I mean, every pitcher is going to have a few of
A-
them.
Absolutely. But
My only concern about Skeens, Ben, is will his arm fall off with
yeah,
how hard he throws, dude.
he's throwing so hard and
I don't
doesn't he
want to
throw
laugh
like
about it,
five,
but like seriously, like it is a concern. You
doesn't he
know,
throw like 5 different pitches too? 6 different pitches?
nah, he really only throws 3, but I mean, like he throws that spinkler,
Mhm.
and that's got to put a ton of fucking torque on your
Yeah.
elbow, dude.
Yeah.
So that is a concern for me, for Skeens is will his arm stay on?
Yeah, and I don't remember what he pitched in. I mean, I know his workload was,
In college?
yeah, I think it was substantially less than what we saw last year.
Well, yeah, in
He
college,
was he
but
was in
he did
uncharted territory for like the whole second half of the season.
But he did pitch a lot the year before when you consider college and the minor leagues. Because remember, they shut him down in the minor leagues the year before in the final month of the season because they were worried about the workload that he had in his last year at LSU, obviously making the fucking College World Series run and then the minor league. So,
Yeah.
I mean, again, like obviously for every pitcher, there's a concern about their arms falling off at this point, and with
Yeah.
all the Tommy Johns we see, but. Like I do have substantial concern about Paul Skeens with how hard he
Yeah.
throws. Like
Yeah.
I do wonder if he can go an entire season healthy.
Well, and if it's not this year, then it's going to be next year.
I mean, hopefully not. I mean, you never know,
Yeah.
dude. Like some of these guys are just like, they're just built like their genetics, they just don't get hurt.
Yeah, but you with the younger kids though, like that they're gonna have a Tommy John coming in, and you
Usually,
just and you just wonder when it's gonna happen, and
Yeah.
hopefully it is closer to the start of their career because they're younger, they'll bounce back off of it. If that happens at the end of your career, it's a lot harder to come back from.
yeah. So because there's like it's so hard to put like 10 pitchers because there's so many pitchers. What are some guys that didn't make your top 10?
No, you didn't. You didn't.
Well, you have
We haven't
Screwball
even gotten
number
to
one.
one yet.
You have Screwball, and I have Screwball too.
Yeah.
I mean, it was obvious who the top 2 were going to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Screwball's coming off a career year. I mean, the guy's incredible, dude.
Yeah.
And the Tigers are going to be incredible.
Yep.
But because like the biggest thing I wanted to focus on with pitchers was like the guys that didn't make the list. Like, who were some guys that you could see maybe taking a step this year? And like, obviously, I put Brandon Pfaadt number 10. I think he's going to have an incredible year. I think he's going to finish top 5 in NL Cy Young. But who are some guys that maybe didn't make your list that you could see, taking a step forward this year, or even a bounce back year that were maybe hurt or didn't perform well last year, or some guys that like just barely missed out on your list? Like, who are some of those kind of names?
Somebody that I think is going to drop substantially, and is high on a lot of people's lists, that I was seeing was Cole Ragans of the Royals. I don't foresee him having uh, a good another good back-to-back year. And I think the second half was just was a little bit of a downgrade from his first half, so he was kind of going downhill there. So I think we still see, a little bit more of a downhill coming from him.
I think Raggins is I think he's a really fucking good pitcher. I just like he had a 3.46 xFIP last year, like so basically like he was getting a lot of luck, and a big reason why was because he wasn't giving up home runs. Like his home run rate is like super fucking low. So I do think there's going to be like a lift in that, and I think part of like I don't think the Royals are going to be anywhere near as good as they were last year, and a big part of that was because like they had Seth Lugo who overperformed last year, Michael Wacha performed way better than his contract, and so I think there's going to be like I think there's going to be some balance this year to that, and I think Cole Raggins, I agree with you. I think he's a top 20 to 30 pitcher for sure. I wonder if he is like a true ace. Like I got to see it again, and like I said, like the numbers say that he had like a lot of luck, whereas like it's reversed with like Brandon Pfaadt, right? Like Brandon Pfaadt, like I said, his pro stuff plus is like would say he's a top 10 pitcher last year, but he had some shit luck, and it happens.
Yeah.
It happens as part of pitching.
Yeah. Somebody who I'd say is going to take a huge step up, who was in a lot of probably at the end of the year was probably in a lot of top 25s, and I can definitely see flirting with the top 10 is Schwallenbach from Atlanta. I think he's I think he's a 10 to 15 type guy on my list. Just because of the potential there. He's got like 18,000 pitches that he can throw, and throw them well. I think it's like 6 or 7, but he's got great command of his pitches. I think him being the number 3, number 4 guy is going to like I think he's going to excel. He'll probably be the best number 3, number 4 pitcher in the league.
Yeah.
And behind Strider, behind Sale, I think behind Freed's gone. Never mind. So he will step up to your number 3.
I think Schwallenbach, the rise of Schwallenbach is a huge reason why they let Fried walk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why spend that money when you got a guy like Schwallenbach who you're paying fucking pennies on the dollar?
Yep.
Who's hella good. A couple guys that are young that I think are gonna take leaps forward. Mackenzie Gore, I think, is gonna be one. It's a guy we've talked about for the last couple of years. We keep saying this is the year. I do think this is the year, Ben. I do think this is the year.
I can't.
Again, like, he had a 3.9 ERA but a 3.87 xFIP, and when he was really good, he was really good, and when he was really bad, he was really bad. But I think we see Mackenzie Gore take a leap forward this year. And then another guy is Grayson Rodriguez of the Orioles. I think Grayson's going to take a huge step forward. The Orioles are going to need it. But I think that, he was obviously a top 2 prospect for a reason. And I think Grayson steps up this year, and I could see him, hitting a top 10 by the end of the year, and I could see him fighting for an American League Cy Young as well.
That's a bold move, Cotton. Some guys that I think will have better years. This is going to be kind of a tag team with your number. They'll probably be number 4 and 5 in their rotation. But I think they're kind of going to be in that Schwallenbach category of one of the best at their positions in the rotation. Our 2 teammates, and that's Wu and Miller out of Seattle. Again, just such a depth organization in your starting pitchers. I'm hoping Brian Wu rested his arm over the break and got whatever elbow issues he was having. I think it was elbow under control.
Yeah.
And good young pitcher. Same thing with Bryce Miller. Good young pitcher that can, that really has that command of their locations that can really kind of push this team, they just gotta fucking hit, man.
Yeah, they got to
That's
hit.
Seattle's this guy.
Yeah, I mean J Rod. I think J Rod's gonna bounce back, dude.
That guy.
I think he's gonna have a bounce back year. I think I just think like, I mean, dude, that division's so sorry, dude. Like they should win that division just on their pitching alone.
Hmm.
I mean, we're obviously gonna talk about the AL West, on a different day, but the fact that all their pitchers were, pretty fucking healthy all year last year, and they had 97 quality starts and didn't make the playoffs. Like, what are the odds that they all stay healthy like that again?
Yep.
In today's age, like the odds probably are not in their favor, and that's what really fucking concerns me about them. Dude.
Yeah, but if you take like even if you take a small step down with that pitching core, like that's okay. As long as you can put runs on the board.
Yeah, but like,
So if they
but
increase
Ben,
on
what
their
happens
offense,
if you lose Logan Gilbert for like a big portion of the year? You know what I mean? Like, what happens if you lose Kirby for a big portion of the year? Like,
yeah,
the odds, the fact that they stayed like pretty fucking insanely healthy last year and still like managed to like not win their division, like that speaks fucking volumes in my opinion. Like,
yeah, but that speaks volumes upon your offense. You had a new fucking hitting coach in there. Like,
yes, but again, like, what are the odds that their pitching staff stays that healthy?
oh, absolutely. I mean,
and you think they're going to
totally
score
agree
enough
with you.
runs to overcome a deficiency in pitching?
But you can take when you have that good of a pitching staff, you can take a small step back from where you were last year if your offense shows up.
True.
If your offense gets you more than, 2.1 runs a game, then you can allow your pitching to take a step back there. If you go in and you can put up 4 runs a game, then yeah, your starters don't have to be aces. Every single starter doesn't have to be an ace.
Yeah.
That offense was so bad last year.
Oh yeah, I mean they were fucking absolute dog shit.
A full year of a Rosarina, I think, is going to be good. I think Rodriguez takes a step up. Cal Raleigh can take a step up. Uh, Ty France.
Ty France is on the Twins. He signed with
They
the
got
Twins
rid of him,
today.
right? Yeah, that's it. Like they've got the opportunity to put runs on the board. They have to connect with the ball.
Yeah, they got to hit, dude. They have to fucking. They got to figure it out. All right, so let's talk DHs. So this list was a little difficult because really there's only like 6 DHs that are like play DH a majority of the time, and then the rest are all fucking whatchamacallit, like guys that are like temporary DHs, so they're basically position players that play DH sometimes. So should we just all right, so let's run through the top 10. So who do you have number 10? Because I mean like honestly, like 7 to 10 you can name like, or 8 to 10, I guess.
Yeah.
Who do you have number 10?
10, I have Suzuki. Seiya Suzuki.
See, because like he played a lot of right field last year. That's why I didn't even put him on my list.
Yeah. Supposedly is going to be more of a DH this
With Kyle
year.
Tucker, yeah.
Yeah. So, that's why he made my list. He has the power. He has the consistency. So I put him up there. I think he's going to project high this year.
Yeah, number 10, I had Yoshida.
He's my number 9
of the Red Sox. I think he's a solid fucking DH, and he's gonna play a lot of DH, especially without Tyler O'Neill there. So,
yep.
I got Yoshida number 10. Who do you have number 9? You have Yoshida.
He's my number 9. Yeah.
Number 9, I have Stanton, just because he can never fucking stay healthy.
Stanton's my number 8. So exactly the reason why. That he's got the power. He can get you a clutch home run if he's in the lineup.
Yeah, number 8, I have Salvador Perez.
Okay.
I think he's going to play a lot of DH this year. I thought he performed better as a DH, and obviously he's getting like older. So, but I know like this is the thing with Salvi is like him and Pasquantino like switch off from fucking DH and Freddie Fermin, and so that was difficult. But I put Salvi number 8, number 7. Who do you have?
I have Christian Yelich. I think
So he plays
like is he
outfield
going to
a
be an
lot.
outfielder?
I don't
Is he
know.
going to be a DH? Like that's why he's on my list here. He wasn't on our outfield list, so I felt it was okay to put him on this list. Um, I mean, Mr. Clutch last year,
When he was healthy.
Mr. Clutch over his career, averaging 287 over his career. Last year in 270 at bats, 315, 11 home runs, 85 hits, on base percentage of 406, slugging of 504. Like he was good last year, quietly good
Yeah.
last year.
Yep. Number 7, I have Tyler O'Neill. I think he's gonna basically DH all year this year.
Yeah.
Number 6, who do you have?
Schwarber.
I got Jock number 6. I have
Okay.
Schwarber number 5.
Okay. Wait, do I have enough? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I have Schwarber at number 6. I mean, guy can hit bombs, so
Yep. Who do you have number 5 then?
Ozuna. Marcell
And
Ozuna.
I have Ozuna 3.
Okay.
I got Rooker 4.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so hold on. We're going. Okay, so let's 6. I have Schwarber. Who do you have it?
6, I have Jock.
Okay.
5, I have Schwarber.
5, you have Schwarber.
And you have Ozuna. Who do you have 4?
4, I have Jock.
4, I have Rooker.
I think Jock is gonna really like. I think he's gonna thrive in Texas. I think he would have thrived in Texas. I think he would have thrived in Colorado as well. I think this is a Jock year if he can drop some weight because he's like Pablo, where like when he is in good shape, he is twice the batter that they are when they're out of shape.
My only thing with Schwarber, Jock Peterson, is that like he does not get in the lineup versus lefties. Like he doesn't face lefties at all.
Mhm.
Whereas like Schwarber actually hits lefties better than he does righties. He has reverse splits.
Mhm.
And then Rooker and Ozuna are like they're DHs every fucking day, no matter who's in the lineup. But
Yeah.
Jock isn't in the lineup every day, which is why
That's
I
true.
put him number 6.
Yeah. I have Rooker at number 3.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I got Ozuna number 3 only because he basically carried the Braves last year.
Mhm.
Like legitimately carried the Braves.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure. Is he going to be able to do that? And I have him at 6.
Well, I think
Sorry,
the
at
Braves are
5.
gonna. I think the
Like,
Braves are gonna be significantly better this year than they were last
yes,
year.
but I don't know if Ozuna is going to be significantly better.
He's not gonna have to be though.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'd put him up at number 6. They're number 5 this year.
Oh, he's
from
easily
2024.
Easily top 5 DH, dude.
Yeah.
I think he's easily top 3, based on like what he's done the last couple of years. And then number 2, we obviously have Jordan.
Yep.
And 1 Ohtani.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
going to be interesting to see what numbers Ohtani puts up now that he's pitching.
Now he's pitching. Agreed.
Yeah.
He definitely won't have the stolen bases.
What's that?
He won't have the same stolen bases.
No, he won't have the same stolen bases. I don't think he'll have the same. I don't think he'll put up 50. I mean, he'll still probably put up 40, but I think he can be a 40-30 guy. But I don't know if he'll be a 50-50
because you're basically
guy
taking the
every
bat out of his hands every 6th day.
Yeah.
So he'll have, like 80
8
less at bats.
Yeah.
So yeah,
8 out of 10. That's it.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, the DH list was fucking I was like, dude, like, are these guys actually DHs or because like
Yep.
some of them they only had like 100 at bats at DH, so it was like fucking tough. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, hell yeah, fucking excited for baseball, bro.
One step closer to the baseball season.
When's the first spring training game?
I think we got like 2 weeks.
It's usually like,
That's it.
isn't it usually like a week after spring training starts?
I think. Well, after everybody reports, spring training schedule 2025. February 20th. Cubs versus Dodgers. Then 21st, you have you have a lot of teams playing on the 21st, but only one game on the 20th. You have 5 teams playing on the 21st. Rays, Yankees, Dodgers, Cubs, Mariners, Padres, Rangers, Royals, and Rockies, Diamondbacks. Man, I'm bummed we're not going to be out at spring training this year. That was a ton of fun last year.
Yeah, spring training definitely a good time if anyone has the ability to go. Definitely highly suggest doing it. It is fucking rad. Especially Scottsdale. Scottsdale is a great fucking time.
Crazy around
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patty's Day. Just be aware.
Yep.
But yeah, ton of fun. Hopefully next year we'll get out there again, or we'll get out to Florida. Either one of those are going to be good.
Yeah, I'd like to definitely hit the Grapefruit League and do some content out there. Like, I want to go out and do content. Like, I don't want to just like go out there and obviously have a good time, but I want to do content out there and fucking just a lot of baseball, man. Like,
yep,
good stuff, dude. Yeah, it's
next couple of years are gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. It's funny when we went last year too. We hit that fucking rainstorm that fucking that one day.
Yeah, Giants A's got rained out.
That was fucking. That was very interesting.
Drenched on.
Yeah, that was. Oh man, we got literally in the middle of like a fucking cyclone, basically.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking crazy.
Yeah. What else we saw? We went to the Cubs field. We went to the Giants. We went to the Giants twice.
No, we went once. We went to the A's.
Yeah.
That's where we hit the rainstorm.
Yeah. Giants and then Cubs.
Yeah. We hit.
The Cubs field was pretty cool.
I didn't go to that one. You guys went the day I left.
Oh, that's right, because you were flying out that day.
Yeah. But I've heard nothing but good things about the Cubs.
Dude, that stadium literally looks like a major league ballpark.
Yeah, the Cubs and the Diamondbacks / Rockies is like supposedly like the 2 best parks, and we didn't hit the Rockies and Diamondback because Rockies and Diamondbacks share a field.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't hit that one, but
I want to say they were outside of Scottsdale area.
Yeah, they're
I think it
kind
was
of
like
outside. Well, the Cubs are outside of Scottsdale. They're in Mesa. Same with the A's.
Yeah, but that was only like 10 minutes away compared to like a 20 to 30 minute, because like the Dodgers are pretty far away too.
Yeah.
From that Scottsdale area. So
yeah, they are.
We didn't go to the east. We went to the west.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But that just means we got to go another year and
hit up all of them. We got to hit the
Exactly.
Rangers,
the
Brewers, Guardians. Yeah, man, there's a lot of teams out there. I think the Twins are in Florida.
Yeah.
Who else is out in Arizona? The Mariners.
Yep. Let's see. What's the Cactus
League? A's, Giants, Dodgers, Rockies, D-backs, Cubs, Guardians, Rangers. Oh, Angels. A's.
Yeah. Royals,
Royals.
Rangers, Seattle, and the Padres play together.
That's right. Seattle and San Diego.
The Dodgers and the White Sox play at the same stadium. Cleveland and Cincinnati.
Dodgers and White Sox, same seat, huh?
Yeah. The Angels have their own stadium. The Cubs have their own stadium. A's have their own stadium.
Giants
The Giants,
have their
yeah.
own.
And then the Diamondbacks and Rockies.
Yeah.
So we didn't hit the Angels stadium. So there's a couple in that Tempe, Mesa, Scottsdale area. It's the Glendale and further west that we didn't hit. So there's still seven stadiums that we haven't gone to.
Yeah, because remember when we went to the A's game, at first the Uber fucking dropped us off at the Cubs stadium for some fucking
right.
reason.
Yeah.
We're like not saying where we're supposed to be.
Yeah. So yeah, we still have to hit in that Tempe Mesa Scottsdale area, the Cubs and the Angels stadium.
Yeah.
And
I want to
then
see
we've
that
got those-
D-backs Rockies, dude. I want to see. Everybody talks like everybody that I've ever talked to says that that's the best stadium.
Yeah. So wait, hold on. Where are the Cubs?
The Cubs are right next to the A's. They're like literally across the street.
Okay. Yeah, okay. A's, Cubs, and then Giants. So we have the Diamondbacks, Rockies, and the Angels to go to
Yeah.
in that little cluster. And then we've got the Brewers,
Yeah.
the Guardians, Reds, the Dodgers, White Sox, Padres, Mariners, and then the Royals and Rangers. Yeah, so we still got seven. We still got at least a week out in Phoenix to go do.
Yeah. Hey, I know we're like off topic now, and we're still on the show. Hey, we got the SNL 50th anniversary show coming up on Sunday. Is there not going to be a host?
There is going to be a host. It's not going to be announced until later in the week. I heard Wednesday, Thursday area.
Because like they've been announcing like all the celebrity guests that are coming on, which is basically like old cast members, obviously.
Yeah.
And then people have like been on the show a lot, but I haven't seen anything regarding a host.
Yeah. No, there is still supposed to be a host.
The only reason why I saw it is because a ad came up for SNL 50 on my TV, so I was like, oh shit. Because I'm intrigued, dude. Like 50th anniversary, like who could be the host, dude? Like who is worthy enough of being the 50th anniversary host?
I think it's going to be an older actor who's been the host multiple times before.
Christopher Walken.
Could be I don't think it's going to be Walken because the last few times we've seen Walken, he's been a little like.
Or Tom Hanks.
I think it's going to be Hanks. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
He's hosted, or like Tina Fey.
But they already said Tina Fey's going to be a celebrity guest.
Okay, guess. Okay.
That was the other thing. Because I was like, okay, maybe it's going to be Will Ferrell or Adam Sandler because they're like obviously huge ex-SNL cast members. But they're both announced on the celebrity guest. So it's like, all right, well, they're obviously not going to be the host then.
Yeah. Or like Peyton.
Because I think Chris Rock was named as a guest too, because that would have been another good host too.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it's gonna be interesting, but
yeah,
it's gonna be a 3-hour special on Sunday, dude. So we're gonna have to do the show after. I think it starts at 5, so it'll be over at 8.
Yeah,
and then we'll go live,
and then
after.
they'll replay it. But
yeah, it'll be on Peacock fucking forever. But
yep,
I'm excited, man. I'm honestly stoked for that shit.
Yep.
Should be.
Oh yeah,
good.
SNL's been a staple for a long time.
And
then it went away, and then it came back, and then it went away, and then it came back.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've talked about it before. Like you know, the saying that like everybody has their cast is like true, and it's like when you were like in high school, basically, like that's your cast, right?
Mhm.
So like you always like go back to that time period. It's like, oh yeah, it's like the greatest. You know, it's just like sports. Like, you know, you look back on the NBA when you grow up, and you're like, oh, that's the greatest era of NBA, and it's just because like you know, it affected you, it impacted your
Yeah, you
life,
were
right?
so focused on it. Yeah.
And I think the same thing with SNL. But I agree. Like I think there has been like, especially in the last like, you know, up until like last year, I would say like the previous like 5 or 6 years was just dog shit for SNL,
Yeah.
dude. It was fucking terrible.
Yep.
So seeing it come back it's been nice. But I
Yep.
mean, we did grow up like in our high school years, dude. We had a fucking Jimmy Fallon, Will Ferrell. I mean, dude, we had fucking
Chris Kattan.
we had stars, dude.
Yeah. Yep.
Like dudes that became legitimate stars were on SNL. So
Yep. Adam Sandler.
Sandler
Chris
was like
Farley.
before our time though.
Huh?
Sandler was like when we were kids.
Yeah, he was the start. His
And-
ending of
and-
SNL was the start of our SNL.
Yeah, but like he wasn't even good on SNL. Like he didn't get big until he left SNL.
Yeah.
He was one of those like
We still had David Spade and Chris Farley, the end of them.
they
Like we had
they honestly, but they talk about like that era of SNL as being like one of the worst eras ever of SNL.
again, but it's your era. So
I'm saying like objectively, like people think of that era as like terrible
yeah.
because
I
in
also look at what that stardomed these actors into.
yeah, I mean they parlayed it well for sure.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
I feel like Sandler, like, I mean, when you look at Adam Sandler's career, dude, like, you know, what got Adam Sandler like really famous? Like, what sparked his career?
Billy Madison.
And Billy
Happy
Madison
Gilmore.
was a dud. It was
Yeah.
it's just
At that
it's
time, yeah.
yeah, it's a cult classic. Like, it didn't get
Yeah.
big until like a couple years after, and then
Yeah.
people were like, "This is hella funny," you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And then it was Billy Madison, and then
Happy Gilmore.
I'm sorry, Happy Gilmore, and then Little Nicky, and you know,
Which I thought was a dud. Yeah.
oh,
Big
Little
Daddy.
Nicky was fucking hilarious, dude.
At the time, I did not like Little Nicky. When I watched
Release
it
the
back,
good.
like yeah, when I watched it back later, I was like, okay, yeah, this is kind of funny.
Yeah, dude, he's fucking hilarious.
But at that when
bro.
it first came out, I did not like it.
and then Adam Sandler got into like these corny ass fucking movies. Like, dude, he hasn't made anything good in like 20 years.
No.
But they're all like big ass movies, dude, and he's making.
What was
a
it like
fucking-
Spanglish?
I didn't even think that was good.
No.
Like
Oh
50
no,
First
I know, but that's what he went into.
50 First Dates was like good, but that was like, I mean, he made a shit ton of money on that. That was a huge like hit.
Yep.
And then it was like fucking Click. That movie was fucking dumb.
Yeah. Was that the Christmas one he did? The Christmas Hanukkah one?
Oh,
Eight
Eight Crazy
Crazy
Nights,
Nights.
great fucking movie.
Yeah.
Great movie. That was
That
like
was
2001.
animated though.
Yeah. Hella good. Hella good movie. But that was like the end of like everything after that is like, I don't know, he just started making like fucking corny ass like Hollywood type fucking stupid ass movies like fucking what's the movie with like fucking David Spade and Chris Rock and shit, like
Oh yeah, like stepdads or
ew, whatever.
Daddy Daycare.
Is that what it's called? I don't even know,
I think
but
it,
it was
I think it
fucking
was Daddy
stupid.
Daycare. I know. I gotta look.
That shit was not good, dude.
Yeah.
He was like hella good before, like his weird movies.
Let's see, filmography. What movie is that? I know exactly what you're talking about.
They did like two of
Uh,
them, right?
Yeah. Credits. This is Happy Gilmore 2. I'm not looking forward to that.
That's either gonna be hella funny or it's gonna be absolutely atrocious.
Yeah.
There's gonna be no in between with that one.
Why? I went to filmography. Okay, there we go. The Hotel Transylvania's. He was in Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
Paul Blart was fucking funny.
Yeah. Grown Ups.
Grown Ups, that's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah, that wasn't great. Didn't fucking tickle my pickle.
The Longest Yard.
Yeah, that was also corny as shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Waterboy was funny.
Waterboy was definitely funny.
Wedding Singer
Mr.
was
Deeds.
great too.
Yeah.
Mr. Deeds was funny. When he beats his foot.
Yeah. Coneheads, Airheads.
Airheads was great. But that was,
Yeah.
again, that was like before, that was when he was like still in SNL, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Because we were like hella young when that shit came out.
He was in Deuce Bigelow. The Animal. Joe Dirt.
Oh, Joe Dirt's a great movie. That's a
Yeah.
classic.
He was in The Hot Chick. Anger Management with
That was good. With Jack Nicklaus.
Nicholas, yeah.
That was good.
Nicholson.
Nicholson,
Nicholas.
Yeah,
Nicholson,
Nicholson,
yeah.
not the golfer. Nicholson.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Spanglish. Longest Yard. Grandma's Boy. I know pronounce you Chuck and Larry. Don't mess with the Zohan. That was funny.
That was all right.
That was funny.
That was all
Oh
right.
man, yeah. Anyways, looking forward to that. Had a decent beer today too.
How
Well,
was
I'm gonna
it?
go into my beer review. So the Boogie Bus by Revision, 6% for a Northeast Hazy IPA. I'm gonna give this one a 3.5. It was a good beer. You can see the legs that it had on it, which is definitely a good sign. It was silky. It was definitely a little heavy. It wasn't a whole loaf of bread, but you're eating like a couple slices of bread with this beer. But great hop kind of focus. It had Mosaic, Citra, and Nelson Sauvin, but it wasn't overly hoppy. So it's a good beer. I'll bump it to a 3.75. It was good.
Nice.
I would drink it again, but I wouldn't go out of my way for it.
All right. Damn, it's been
How
a
was your
minute
bourbon?
since- Oh, excellent. About to get
Oh,
another
yeah.
glass right now.
There we go.
It's been a minute since I've seen a Revision beer pen.
Oh yeah,
It's been a while.
that's why I got it.
Nice. Thank you everybody for joining us. If you missed any of the show, you can catch it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast fix. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Taproom Sports Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Taproom_sports. We'll be back Sunday night, and we will be beginning our division preview with the AL East, the American League
Yes,
East.
sir.
On these previews, we will be breaking down every single team and looking at futures, win totals, etc. So definitely tune in. We're going to start American League East on Sunday.
Starting with a bang.
Starting with the bang. That'll be around 8:45 Pacific Standard Time. If there's any changes to that, it'll be posted on Twitter. So follow the Twitter at Taproom_sports. You can catch us on Twitch, twitch.tv/TaproomSports. You can catch us on YouTube, youtube.com/@TaproomSportsPodcast. We appreciate y'all. Have a blessed Wednesday. We'll be back on Sunday. We'll see y'all then. Peace.
Later.